We are here in the beautiful sunny city of Miami, the gateway to the Americas. We'll be going on a cultural experience on this visit as we check out some cool Cuban American and Latin American influence throughout the city. Hey everyone, Scott the Scott Man, and welcome. It is so great to be here in Miami right now because it is cold and snowy back home in Michigan. So just enjoying the nice, warm, sunny weather. So as I was saying, Miami is the gateway to the Americas because we have a huge Cuban American influence here, or Cuban influence here, and of course Latin American culture in general. We got everything from Cuban culture to Colombian, Venezuelan, Salvadorian culture, Argentinian. So we'll be getting an enriched cultural experience here today. So why not start off by exploring Little Havana? It's time for us to explore Little Havana. So we're gonna start off our walk by going down Calle Ocho, or 8th Street in Spanish. So by the end of the 1950s, Cubans fleeing the dictatorships of Fulgencio Batista and then later Fidel Castro after the revolution began to flood into the area, and even some areas all around Miami too. By 1967, the neighborhood began being referred to as Little Havana, with 8th Street being called Calle Ocho. Today you have numerous other Latin American nationalities like Nicaraguans who came over in the 1970s and 1980s, Colombians, Venezuelans, and Argentinians. And along Calle Ocho you can see all kinds of cool restaurants, shops, and many other cool stuff. I've been really enjoying my walk around Little Havana so far along Calle Ocho. Very nice. I really love all the art murals all throughout the area too. So if we come over here, we have the Bay of Pigs Memorial, which commemorates the failed invasion of Cuba, which the United States did back around April 17th through April 19th back in 1961, where Brigade 2506 tried to invade Cuba through the Bay of Pigs, and over 100 of them ended up getting killed, where the rest of them were taken prisoner, and they were brought back to the United States as part of a prisoner exchange in December 1962, a couple months after the Cuban Missile Crisis. So I have a nice little monument commemorating them. And we head down that way too, there's even the museum for the Bay of Pigs as well too. It's a temporary museum because they're building a newer building which will be completed by the end of this year. Very interesting, I have to say. All right, so we're gonna head back the other way on Calle Ocho. We're gonna go get some food. Because while we're here, we have to get some delicious Cuban food. And I know just the place to go to start things off. All right, it's time to get some Cuban food because when we're on a cultural experience like this one, we gotta check out food, you know. So while we're here in Little Havana, we gotta get some Cuban food. And the first spot we're gonna go is to Sandwich, or is it Sandwich? I don't know how you pronounce it. Sandwich de Miami. There are a few different locations around the city of Miami, but we're going to the one here in Little Havana on Calle Ocho, and they specialize in Cuban sandwiches. So we're gonna go inside and get some food. It gets really busy, so we have to stand in line to get in. All right, so we are inside, so we're at the counter, and get all kinds of great Cuban sandwiches, other different sandwiches. You get croquetas here, Cuban coffee. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And you can see at the counter, you can see them making sandwiches too, which is really cool. So I had to get their sandwich cubano, or Cuban sandwich. Piled out with ham, turkey, melted cheese, pickles, mustard, and of course toasted bread. This looks fantastic. Amazing melted cheese. It's very, very cheesy. The meat's very high quality too. This is amazing. Very delicious. Very good. That was absolutely delicious. I'm glad it got there a little early because I stand in a little bit of a line, but the line's twice as long as I was leaving. But yeah, it was very rich, full of flavor. It's like a little funny story is that it's like both Tampa and Miami both claim to be the originators of the Cuban sandwich. So I had a Cuban sandwich back in Tampa when I went to Ybor City last year. That one was pretty good too, but I don't know, I kind of like this one a little bit better. It was really good. So we're gonna head back to where we started on Calle Ocho and we'll go get something sweet to drink. All right, so we're back over by the Bay of Pigs monument, which we were at earlier in this video. And we have to get some amazing sugarcane juice because we're standing in front or across from the Los Pinareños Fruteria, which is basically a place where it's a local spot where you get some great tropical fruits and of course some sweet juices. Everything from sugarcane juice, fresh squeezed that is, and of course like coconut water, lots of great stuff. So let's go over and get something sweet to drink. You can go up to the counter, you can order either your fresh squeeze sugarcane juice or you can get like coconut water. And what's great about the sugarcane juice is that it is made to order. Like it is freshly prepared, no sugar added. That's how you know you're getting the real thing. So we're gonna enjoy some here on camera. This is extremely sweet. It's one of the sweetest drinks I've ever had, and again, no added sugar to this. So this is something sweet you can have without having to worry about added sugars and all that stuff. This is fantastic. Well, that was good, but my sweet tooth is really kicking in now, so I think I should go get some ice cream. So across the street near the Ball and Chain restaurant, we have the Azúcar homemade Cuban ice cream. So a nice warm day like today, it's a great place to go for some great ice cream. So let's head on over. Head inside Azúcar Ice Cream Company for some tasty Cuban flavors of ice cream. You have to get the Abuela Maria, their signature flavor. That ice cream was amazing, very, very delicious. But on a nice hot day like today, it's a great place to go to cool off. And before heading out to Little Havana, you have to check out some of the live music here. There's all kinds of great live music. You either go to the Cuba Ocho Museum and Performing Arts Center, just right over there. Learn about some Cuban history, enjoy some music, or just have some drinks. Or you can head over to Ball and Chain nearby. It's a great place to go to enjoy some Cuban music, enjoy some drinks, and some Cuban food. In fact, we'll be heading over there to get some dinner. So yeah, should be a good time. Ball and Chain is a live music venue serving food and drinks. You can hear all kinds of great Cuban music here. The place opened up back in 1935 and lasted until about the 1950s, and then it closed down and reopened as a furniture store. But then it closed down in the mid-1990s and it reopened back up as the Ball and Chain and is serving great food, especially croquetas and some chicharrones, all kinds of great Cuban food. You will absolutely love it. But absolutely fantastic. Little Havana is a must-see here in Miami. You got a great Cuban American culture here. Everything from amazing Cuban food, drinks, live music. It's a really, really good time. So you have to check it out in Miami, learn about the Cuban culture here. It is fantastic, but Cuban Americans don't just live here in Little Havana, they live all around Miami, so it's really cool. Miami has a very large Cuban population and generally a large Latin American population too, which is fantastic. All right, so we're gonna head out to Little Havana next and we're gonna check out a really cool art attraction over that way to the northeast of here. And we're in the Wynwood area here in Miami. It's a very hip place, all kinds of cool street art. But speaking of street art, one of the coolest attractions here, you have the Wynwood Walls, which is it's an outdoor street art museum. It's been around since 2009 and it's a really cool attraction. So let's go check it out. Gotta say that was really cool. Very cool art murals. Very well decorative over there. So definitely check out the Wynwood Walls. But all throughout Wynwood itself too, you can even see some random street art all around the area. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, it's a very hip place. You got all kinds of cool shops, even some restaurants, but yeah, such a nice area. All right, so I've had a great first day here in Miami, and we'll wrap things up for today, but don't go anywhere in this video because we're not done just yet, because we got day 2 of some cool, exciting stuff here in Miami, so don't go anywhere. And good morning, it's another beautiful day. We are over at Miami Beach this time, so get a little bit of a break from the action because we're here along Miami Beach. We have the Atlantic Ocean over there. It's kind of choppy out there today, but it's absolutely beautiful. We got a nice breeze. So we'll be checking out a little bit of Miami Beach today before we go get some more food back inland. I know just the place to go for some great international foods, but before we do that, we're going to explore Miami Beach. We're going to start off over here at North Beach, and then we'll work our way down towards South Beach. Miami Beach is a completely separate city from Miami, located on a barrier island east of Miami. Miami Beach contains miles of white sandy beaches with beautiful waters, architecture, and a newly completed beach walk. The area was first discovered by the Tequesta Indians way back over 10,000 years ago. In the 1960s and the 1980s, many Cuban exiles came over into the Miami Beach area along with Miami itself. North Beach is pretty nice, I have to say. It's a little bit more relaxed compared to South Beach. We'll be heading over there next though, but we're over here. This is the Miami Beach Band Shell. It's been around since like around 1961. They put on a lot of great performances over here. All right, so let's head down to South Beach. And welcome to South Beach. So this is the more famous of the areas in Miami Beach. Pretty much what you see in all the movies and different things like that. And of course, what's cool is that you have Ocean Drive over here. We'll go for a walk along Ocean Drive. You got all the beautiful Art Deco buildings along in here. And of course, we'll eventually head over to the beach itself too. Well, it's pretty cool walking along Ocean Drive, seeing all the Art Deco buildings. So now we've moved a little inland over to Lincoln Road. This is a pedestrian walkway between like 16th and 17th Streets. We got all these different shops along in here. So it's pretty cool. I'll go for a little quick walk along here, and there's even another pedestrian walkway just another block or two to the south. And this is another pedestrian walkway. This is Espanola Way. Got some more different restaurants along in here. A lot smaller compared to Lincoln Road, a couple blocks or so up to the north, but very nice in here. All right, so we're gonna head back over toward the beach. We're gonna make our way toward the southern end of South Beach. For more information about Miami Beach as well as the Art Deco buildings, check out the Art Deco Welcome Center. All right, we've made over to the South Point Pier over by South Point Beach, and this is absolutely beautiful. We got the beautiful coastline along the Atlantic Ocean, and if you look over that, we can even see like Port Miami and all the skyscrapers for Miami. And then over that way, you got the beach itself. How iconic is this? All right, so definitely enjoyed my time here in Miami Beach, but it's time to head back inland because we need to go get some food. I found a place over back in Wynwood yesterday, which I would like to go to for lunch. So let's head over there now. All right, it's time to get some food after exploring Miami Beach all morning. So we're here at Smorgasburg Miami. It's a cool area with a lot of different food trucks and food tents where you can get foods from all over the world. As a matter of fact, I've been to one up in Brooklyn, New York about a few years ago, and I absolutely loved it. I remember getting some really good food. So as soon as I saw this yesterday, I knew I had to come back and check it out because it had some great international food. So we're gonna stop in and get some amazing food here. All right, so got the first item and I decided to get an empanada. Of course, empanadas are a delicacy out of Argentina, and got the tango empanada, which has ground beef, cheese, and fried plantains in it. So this looks really good. I'm gonna have to hold on to this very carefully because it's a little windy out here. So far, I just got the crust, but nice flaky crust. It's really, really good. This empanada is really good. Very sweet with the plantains in it. Makes it nice and sweet. It's like a sweet and savory, so it's a nice little combo. So these are really good. I love empanadas. All right, so I got the second thing. I decided to get some Tijuana-style birria tacos. Got ground beef, some cilantro, onion, and some consomme. So yeah, this looks very appetizing. Very juicy, very tender, absolutely delicious. I love tacos. I have to get them every time I can. Yeah, these are really good. But yeah, definitely check out Smorgasburg here in Miami. All right, so we need to take a little bit of a break. We need to go check out some of the natural stuff around South Florida here. So I don't know, just the place. All right, so we're in the Everglades at the northern edge of Everglades National Park, and it's a huge national park. There's many different places to check out, but because I'm only here for a short time, and to experience the park with only like 1 or 2 hours to spare, you can check out the Everglades Safari Park, where you can go on an airboat ride, where you could hopefully see some alligators, and but yeah. Let's go ride one of the airboats and go for a little cruise. It's time to go on an airboat ride through the Everglades. So the Everglades National Park is one of the largest protected areas in all of South Florida, with all kinds of great marshes, swamps, and of course, amazing wildlife like alligators and turtles, etc. It is truly a wonder here in South Florida. When visiting Everglades National Park, make sure to practice leave no trace, because we want to protect this beautiful landscapes and all the wildlife here for many, many years to come. Well, that was a lot of fun, I have to say. Yeah, those airboats. Quite a nice experience, and got to see some alligators too out in the wild. So it's about maybe like a 15-20 minute drive away from like the main Miami metro area to get out over here along Highway 41. But yeah, definitely have to check it out. It's like if you want to visit the Everglades and you only have a very short time, this is a good way to get yourself introduced to the park. All right, so we're gonna head back inland, or head back to the metro area, because there's a Venezuelan restaurant I want to go to for dinner, so don't go anywhere. All right, so we made back to civilization. I'm in Doral, which is one of the many suburbs here in Miami. So over here, there's a very large Venezuelan population, so we're gonna get some Venezuelan type food over at Francisca. I'm currently walking over to it right now, or Francisca, excuse me. But they specialize in Latin American, Venezuelan food, and of course, chicken. So I'm really excited to get some delicious food, so let's head on over. All right, so got a seat inside, and very nice restaurant, I have to say. I absolutely love it. And what's really cool is that you hear a lot of Spanish being spoken in here too, so love that. So they got all kinds of different dishes you can get, like chicken, they got different Latin American dishes too. I want to get something Venezuelan though today, so I got the pabellon, which is basically like shredded beef. Of course, comes with some white rice, some black beans, and some plantains. I love plantains, and I've been having some of these with the cheese on it. This is good. Very sweet, absolutely delicious. Ooh, this is steaming. All right, so can't wait to try this. Wow. This is very juicy, some different spices in this. This is good. I love this. First time trying Venezuelan food and I love it. Here in the Miami area, you gotta check out this restaurant. The food is phenomenal. People are very friendly in here too. That was absolutely delicious. The pabellon, fantastic. Shredded beef with all these different Venezuelan spices. Absolutely phenomenal. It's like I've never had Venezuelan food, but that was fantastic. And what's really cool, especially here in the Miami area, is that many people speak Spanish as a first language. So it's like it was really cool to be introduced in Spanish before they switched to English. So that was really fascinating. I like that. And I think most of the patrons in there, I think Spanish was their first language. So that's a cool thing about Miami is that it's like Spanish is widely spoken here, and I think there's even some people who may only speak Spanish or maybe very little English. Yet this is still the United States, so this is really cool. It's like I love seeing things like this. It's like you got people from all over Latin America living in Miami, like people from Cuba, from Venezuela, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, and even Mexico too. So yeah, a lot of Latin American nationalities here, which is really fascinating. Just gotta love it. So yeah, when you're visiting Miami, you have to check out all these different, like Little Havana, of course, with the Cuban influence, and of course going all around Miami, whether it's here in Doral or even going up to like Hialeah or other areas where you have heavy Latin American influences, whether it's from Cuba or Venezuela, etc. I'm just rambling on right now, but so I'll get ready to wrap things up. But I've had such a great weekend here in Miami. Gained some cultural experiences, like especially with Little Havana, getting some Venezuelan food, even going like to Miami Beach and the Everglades, just as a couple little quick side trips. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video here in Miami. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out here from the Miami area, Florida.